podcast party to slay a dragon.
You stand with Theobad Troya in the entryway to the tunnel leading into the Desolation, but there has been a cave-in in the ensuing years during the period when the forge was neglected.
Oh, I have terrible news. This will take some time to clear. I do not know the extent of the damage, but we can clear this path once more if given time. I am sorry I did not know this.
Theobad, surveying this, think it could be cleared, but it will take time and help from your fellow dwarves to do so. Perhaps a week, perhaps more.
I did not know the state of this. I apologize.
It's not your fault.
Oh, that's okay.
Well.
Hey, Theobad, real quick. Belton points to a door that we have not yet gone through, over to the east side of the forge. Belton sort of walks over to it and says, "Remind me what's in here?"
Storage.
Oh, anything potentially useful?
I am unsure. I have not seen it in many years.
All right, well, only one way to find out. Yeah, I open the door.
Yeah, let's check.
Door opens easily. Crates, barrels, and hempen sacks stand in stacks and piles, shrouded with a thick layer of dust and metallic particles that glimmer in the meager light of a brazier. Scent of iron in the air is almost overpowering. Labels indicate that the crates contain raw ingots of iron and copper, uncured leather, and innumerable oils, powders, and tools for use in smelting of metals and the forging of weapons and armor. There's a dwarf skeleton lying prone at the room's center with a hammer in its hand. And you can see another door on the far side of the room, on the eastern wall.
Belton walks in, gesturing for his companions to follow him. Starts to look around just to see like what's in these crates, if anything sort of strikes his fancy, anything out of the ordinary.
Make a perception check, Belton.
6.
An examination, Belton, reveals that the labels are pretty accurate as to what's in those crates. Iron and copper ingots, uncured leather, oils, powders, and tools, the general accoutrement that would be needed to keep a large-scale forge operation like this going from day to day. You do spot, however, a now familiar style of lock on the far door. It looks like the kind that, you've seen a few of them so far inside the Forbidden Forge, the kind that would take a Forge God's key to open.
Ah, okay. Belton will walk over to the door and just give it a quick listen to make sure nothing else is inside.
Wisdom perception check?
17.
Maybe the quiet crackling of another brazier in there.
And there might be something kind of important. It requires a Forge God's finger, He holds up his dwarven dagger. Have we, used all the dwarven daggers that we've seen to open doors?
You haven't used the one you're holding.
Oh, that's true. We used yours. Wouldn't it be funny if... And Belton just sort of nonchalantly sticks the dagger into the lock.
Yeah, click. Total fit.
Holy shit. It fucking worked. Oh no. And opens the door.
Door to this chamber opens. You see all manner of odd and esoteric crafting materials spilling from crates and barrels and sacks in here, Belton. Strange wavering metals with rippled surfaces and odd hues. Crystalline growths swimming with subdued light, and the scaled hides, indestructible bones, and wicked teeth of draconic beings.
Now this place I could stay for a while in. We don't offend any gods by potentially taking any needed artifacts from things that we find in here. Am I wrong, Theobad?
Theobad narrows his eyes a little. Needed.
I mean, with the express use of furthering our quest, not for monetary gain, of course.
If I find any of this material at the nearest market, I will find you.
Belton gulps. I swear, and takes his finger and crosses it over his heart. I swear, whatever it is that we find here, I will not, gosh, this is hard to say. I will not sell it for my own personal gain.
You have earned my trust thus far, and I will extend it here once more, but the ice is thin, and the fires are warm.
Does that mean we can look around?
I think it does. I think it. Go ahead, Maliboo. Take a look. Yeah. Belton will continue to look around this area, hopefully with more luck than he's had before.
As will Maliboo.
Take an inventory of the many interesting and valuable items in here, and you sort of mentally categorize things, Belton, and draw a line between items that look valuable and interesting, but that also would require, perhaps a crew of dwarven smiths to laboriously pick up and carry out, and transport around with you, as opposed to more portable and practical yet valuable items that, say, a small group of adventurers could easily transport out of the space. And in that second category,
Belton spies the following. 407 gold pieces, an emerald worth 1,100 gold. Why did I tell him I wouldn't sell it? An obsidian gem worth 8 gold. Okay, that's fine. A rich purple corundum worth 900 gold. He picks up a scroll. I don't know what the fuck this is. Throws it off to the side. And another scroll. All right, fine, here. And passes them off to Violet.
And Theobad, a brittle orange cloudy crystal strikes your eye. Its importance seems to escape Belton's attention, but you recognize this item as a stone of resolve.
He will pocket that.
Violet, the scrolls that Belton handed you are a pair of spell scrolls. There's a scroll of arcane lock and a scroll of spider climb.
Yes, that's great. Yeah.
So, there's a lot of money in here.
Can I hold the purple one?
Sure. And he passes off the corundum to Maliboo. I know I told Theobad that I wasn't going to sell anything, but the actual acquisition of money is kind of linked with my destiny. Strangely enough, as per this wonderful system, Advanced 5th Edition, I have a source of inspiration, which is, of course, profits. That I draw inspiration from spoils, both easily gained and hard fought. I gain inspiration whenever I gain substantial wealth, currency, or property worth at least 100 times my character level in gold. So, DM, would this be considered a source of inspiration? Just pocketing, perhaps, this emerald?
The emerald is indeed worth more than 100 times your character level in gold.
Great.
I guess a question for you, Belton, is do you emotionally consider that gem yours?
What a question. Yeah, I think that, if we're going through the actual legality of it, I've been given license to take, along with, of course, my companions, whatever is needed in order for us to defeat the dragon. So I think that is not necessarily mine, but ours.
I can picture the palm sweat.
Yeah, lots of it.
Gripping the... Yeah.
Yep.
All right, in that case, since you have negotiated that with your own conscience, you have inspiration.
With my own conscience.
Is that source of inspiration profits? Is that what you just used?
Yeah, profits. Do you have that too?
Maliboo has that too.
Does Maliboo consider the corundum his property?
100%. He didn't promise anything.
That's true.
Okay. Then Maliboo also has inspiration.
So, what do we find?
Well, we found lots of gold and some rather sizable gems and some scrolls, some magical scrolls, which I think will be useful. Yeah.
Usually we split up the gold.
There's some very useful scrolls.
Yeah, but usually we split up the gold because, your armor breaks or your sword breaks and you got to fix it. So, sort of cost of doing business,
Aye, that makes sense.
There are 4 of us, technically speaking. No offense, Norbert. I don't think you're going to need the gold. But, yeah, that my feelings exactly. I think that we could just, I think, to be perfectly honest, I think Theobad deserves a little bit more, considering this place is technically his. So I'd say give him, instead of a 4th, I would say give him, maybe 3/16. Yeah, 3/16.
That's less than a 4th.
Damn it! I knew it.
Why don't you just give him 107 gold and then give him the...
Oh yeah, he gets the extra 7. Yeah, that's fine. The 7 extra. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The obsidian, and there's obsidian gem. Give him that one. That one's cool. And then each of us get 100, for our expenses.
Sure.
Theobad looks at each of them for a second. I do have a spell that could make you tell the truth, you know.
Why? Why would you think that I would be lying?
Is this even a
I mean, it
discussion?
was theirs.
Well, I know, but I don't think we should be even discussing this. I think it's up to a dwarf from this place to decide what we can have and what we cannot have, yes?
Well, I agree.
Maliboo's looking at Belton.
Yeah, we're both looking at each other. This is great. Are you gonna give up? You give up your gem first. No, you go ahead.
I really
you
like
do
this
first.
one. It's purple.
I like
purple.
mine too. Mine is green. My eyes
It's
are
my
green.
favorite color.
I know. It looks good on you. Shit.
Just give them all the gold then. And then I just want to keep this purple one. I like it.
I'm okay with that. I think we can give you all the gold. We give you all the gold. We keep the gems. What do you say?
I'm sorry, my friends have a bit of a scarcity mindset. You know, they've had to struggle quite a bit, and they do love gold and gems and such, and they do try to do good things with them. I'm fine, I don't need anything, so if there were to be any jewels that would be apportioned to me, I don't need them, you can have those. I'll leave it up to all of you to work this out, and then I'm just gonna sit back down with Norbert and Mort and kind of play with Mort a little bit.
Theobad, with his expertise in forging, his creator's blessing, could he recognize whether certain gems are necessary or extraordinarily helpful in crafting particular weapons that are among these gems here?
Of the gems that Belton and Maliboo seem to have taken such a great interest in, despite their extreme value, you can see no immediate use for them in forging. It is likely, you suspect, that they were cut here, or perhaps even mined out here in the mountains ages ago, and that they were intended for trade, to help the dwarves who lived here secure valuable materials from others. But they themselves would not be important crafting material.
He looks at the sack of gold for a second and says, well, let us consider a trade for this place. Its value, those gems. And for you, and he walks over to Violet, and he'll pull out the amethyst gem that he found in his father's study and hand that to her. Each of you receiving a gem.
That's very beautiful.
For giving us back our gem. This place.
Oh, very poetic. I love that.
Well, had you asked nicely, I would have said it first, but...
You're sure you don't need it?
Yeah, Belton.
What the actual fuck? What? Will you blame this on me?
Belton, the inspiration tastes like ashes in your mouth.
Listen, it's
but it's still there.
Well, if this place is truly clear, I will find my people, and we will begin the process of clearing that path for you. Must understand my priority is my people.
Isn't there like some sort of lizard?
I'd be happy to help.
Isn't there a lizard thing down here somewhere?
I do worry about that, yes. One section that we have not yet explored down south.
Oh, there was a place we haven't gone through yet.
Should we maybe go look for this lizard thing and kill it so that the dwarves are safe here?
Are we gonna go after this lizard? Is it gonna make a real dent in whatever you're gonna try to rebuild here?
Well, won't it come out and eat them? If they're clearing the tunnel, they're gonna be working. I think we should kill it.
I think we should deal with it. Yeah.
My magic's feeling rather flimsy. Health-wise, I'm okay. As long as we don't run into anything very serious, I could keep going.
Okay.
Let's at least clear out that southern region.
Okay.
Thank you for your aid.
All right.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll head south. I don't think I'm worried about being stealthy anymore. Maybe that's foolhardy, but he feels very like this is back to his home now.
The battles that you fought, also you feel like that's been pretty audible throughout the shrine.
So I will go to this southwestern door and try to open that.
Wait, let me listen.
Oh, sure.
Wisdom perception check, Maliboo.
That's a 10.
You hear the crackling of a brazier.
There's fire in there. Who wants to go first? Do you want me to go first?
What did you hear? Anything?
Yeah, I heard fire. So a brazier, you know, crackle, crackle, crackle.
I mean, you mind if I give it a listen just as...
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
After you.
Wisdom perception check, Belton.
That's a 14.
Yeah, you too, Belton, just the crackling of a brazier.
All right.
Hear it?
Yeah, it's fire. So Hopefully nothing dangerous. Door look locked?
Would you like to try to open it?
I would.
Door cracks open, Belton, and the massive stone sarcophagus dominating the chamber, and bones, humanoid and otherwise, yellowed and gnawed upon, litter the floor. Runic markings gleam from the lid of the sarcophagus, catching the wavering light of the room's only dwindling brazier and appearing to undulate. 3 massive lizards bask lazily in the warmth of the brazier.
Okay. First things first, I shut the door. Turning around.
I think that's them.
Yeah, the lizards are in there. I think they're all sleeping. So we could get the drop on them, but we have to be super fucking quiet, okay?
Okay. Me and you?
Well, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Troya over there could stay out until things get hairy and then run clanking inside. No offense, of course.
And Norbert could come. He's pretty quiet.
Yeah, he's super quiet and creepy as hell. Sure, no problem.
Yes, go ahead, Norbert.
Hey, Violet, could I get
Yes?
guidance?
Oh, yes, of course. I forgot I could do that. Hold on. There you go.
Good idea.
Shut up!
I'll
I'm
get you
sorry,
next
I'm sorry.
time.
Shut up, Belton.
Next time.
Okay,
You're so loud.
don't. You know what? I'm loud for a reason. I am now going to be very quiet.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll stealth before I open the door again.
Did we all roll stealth?
Yeah, dexterity stealth.
Oh, crap. I got a 10. Not great.
17 for Maliboo.
I got a 12.
Norbert got a 12.
Okay.
Not that quiet.
It's okay. It was my fault. I will take that one on the chin.
Isn't this your thing?
It's the emerald. It's weighing me down. And then he turns to the door and he will gently and quietly, as best he can, open it. Oh my God.
I think
This is what I expected. Yep.
So you open the door, you're looking into the mouth of a giant lizard that
I love it.
immediately on the other side of the door. We are in initiative. Hi, everybody. Hope you're enjoying Podcast Party to Slay a Dragon, presented by Cast Party and EN Publishing. The show will be back shortly for the second part. For this series, we're using Level Up Advanced 5th Edition to enhance the classic D&D 5e experience. For more info on these cool new rules and enhancements for your 5th Edition D&D games, visit levelup5e.com. You can also purchase this adventure as part of Level Up A5E's To Save a Kingdom, available in both hardcover and PDF formats. Thanks so much to all of you who helped make Attack on Coppercoil become a gold bestseller on Dungeon Masters Guild. As a result, this adventure will form the second part of the Coppercoil cast, a new Cast Party actual play podcast series premiering in October 2024 right here in this feed. Returning for that show will be Zack Byrd, who appears as Theobad Troya in this episode of To Slay a Dragon. Zack is a New York actor and lifelong D&D player. He's the dungeon master of Party Foul, a YouTube D&D live play. His TV and film work includes Hustlers, Pledge, Blindspot, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Mr. Robot, and All You Can Eat. Zack is also the co-founder of Young Dragonslayers, a D&D-based online coaching program for tweens and teens. Young Dragonslayers helps kids and teens form meaningful friendships and practice social skills through online D&D. They connect kids with like-minded peers across the US and Canada to embark on an adventure facilitated by a professional DM in a safe and inclusive environment. Learn more at youngdragonslayers.com. Cast Party's professional dungeon masters are available to hire for online games. We have games for kids as well as adults, and our DMs can run almost any of the official Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition adventures, as well as third-party adventures, and even some we've created ourselves. Details at cast-party.com. Do you ever feel like you have a great visual picture in your head, but you need a little help putting it into words? Well, with a subscription to Describe, you can access thousands of descriptions of monsters, spells, locations, and more, as well as maps, music, and sound effects to enhance your games. Only at describe.com. That's DSCRYB.com. Would you like 10% off that subscription? Follow the link in the show notes and use the discount code CASTPARTY, all one word, all caps, to save 10% on your first subscription. As always, we're offering monthly free adventures with our Dungeon Masters. These free games fill up quickly, so if you'd like to grab a spot, you should join our email list or our Discord server. Links to both can be found at cast-party.com. If you enjoy Podcast Party, please follow the show, rate us, and leave us a review. We'd love to hear from you. Message us on social media or email us at info@cast-party.com. Follow us on Facebook at Cast Party DND, on Twitter at Cast Party 2, on Instagram at Cast_Party, on TikTok at Cast_Party, or on Threads at Cast_Party. Thanks very much for listening, and now back to our adventure. You are looking into the toothy maw of a giant lizard immediately on the other side of the door.
Damn.
All right, Maliboo rolled an 11 for initiative.
Theobad rolled 15.
Violet rolled a 19.
Belton rolled a 12.
Violet, you have the first move.
Like to Sacred Flame a lizard, the closest lizard.
You call down the sacred flame on the lizard. It got a 9.
Oh, it failed. Oh, it gets 1 point of holy radiant damage.
So it singes the lizard on the tip of its nose, only seeming to infuriate it further.
And I'm gonna stay where I am.
Theobad.
Theobad will make eye contact with Maliboo. The hammer's time is now. And reach for it as he crosses through them and tries to make an attack on the closest lizard with the hammer.
Okay, yeah, so Theobad shoving in front of you, Belton.
Oh, shit. Theo badass.
It got me. Good. Okay. These are not considered dragons, I imagine. So
No.
yeah, 10.
It does connect, but it does not penetrate the thick hide of the giant lizard. You kind of whack it in the snout, just shakes it off, and then hisses further in your face, Theobad. Anything else?
God.
I'm not used to using this weapon. I apologize. Yeah, I'm stuck there. That's my turn.
Okay, it is the lizard's turn. The jaws lunge for you, Theobad.
God damn.
God, that is a 19 to hit.
Hit.
Oh my god.
Razor sharp teeth close around your arm, Theobad. 6 piercing damage. It twitches out of the way. It's actually going to break engagement with you, Theobad, and move back.
I will take that opportunity attack if it's available. Let's try again. 11.
Does slip backwards away from you, Theobad, and another one moves into that position, and one more reaches around the corner. 2 more heads are snapping at you, Theobad. They both miss, however. They both fall short of you. It is Belton's turn.
Oh, crap. Belton will run backwards, pushing his way through Maliboo, and will pull out his short bow and will fire an arrow at the closest lizard, which is right next to Theobad. That is a natural 1, but I have lucky, so I will re-roll that. That is an 11 to hit.
No, it just clatters against the stone door frame next to the lizard's head. Anything else, Belton?
Damn it. I will get out of line of sight of these creatures and just hide behind the wall. I'm going to use my bonus action to just hide.
Dexterity stealth check.
A 19.
You press yourself up against the shadows in that wall. Belton, Maliboo, it is your turn.
Maliboo can't attack through his friend, right?
You can step into the same space as Theobad, but you cannot end your turn there.
Oh, okay. So he's going to step into the same space as him. So he moves 10 feet forward. He's going to say, get out of the way. And then he's going to bonus action rage. And so he's going to throw his hair back and he's going to get soft and look beautiful, slow motion. And he's going to attack with his Dragonbane longsword. He thinks these are dragons, so he's going to say, die, dragon!
Oh, God.
That's a 24.
Yes, 24 hits.
So that's 11 points of magical slashing damage, plus fire rolls down his arm, or 1 point of fire damage.
12 damage total. You slash a jagged gash across the face of the lizard and then sear the wound. It recoils in pain, in anguish. It is not down, however.
Just going to go backwards and take the op attack.
Okay, yeah, it does snap at you as you retreat. Did get a 23.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that is.
Bites at your thigh. Maliboo, you take 4 piercing damage.
And then I have that to 2.
And it is Norbert's turn.
Norbert is going to not do anything because he can't get there. No, he can't get to them.
Yeah, it's too packed in the corridor just in front of the
Too
door.
packed.
Yeah.
It like does a ghoul shrug, I guess. It's like,
All right, Violet, it's your turn then.
Sacred Flame.
It did get a 17.
Fantastic. It
Dodges
does
out of the way of the light. Theobad.
I will try again. Hammer of Vengeance, show thy worth. 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 will definitely hit.
6 points of bludgeoning, I guess, damage.
You smack it in the head. It drops to the ground, shakes its head, dazed. One eye is blackened and dark. It is very badly wounded, but that does not finish it off, Theobad.
I need rest. I think he'll, seeing that you've, the other one snapped at you that round, he's going to try to step back through everyone. And
Unfortunately, there is still one more that has not used its reaction.
Yeah.
And it does, so one of them does bite at Theobad. It only got an 11.
that's a miss.
Its jaws close on empty air.
Theobad will wait here to try to clear the runway a little bit more.
It is their turn. Gonna make a quick intelligence check. The lead lizard charges through the doorway towards Maliboo and snaps at him. Only a 9.
That misses.
And the others cannot get to you because they are now caught in a bottleneck. The first one, realizing it sort of trapped itself, begins to thrash around, panicked. It is Belton's turn.
Belton sees this strategic advantage and will move slightly beyond Theobad's place and will shoot where he can barely see this lizard in the doorway. That is a dirty 20.
As it only had 1 hit point left, you will certainly finish that one off.
Superb.
It drops dead in the doorway in front of Maliboo.
Yes! Belton encourages Maliboo. He says, get in there, make some room, do your thing! And will use his bonus action to go to a corner that he hasn't been seen by these lizards and will give Maliboo the thumbs up and then hide in the shadows.
Another dexterity stealth check.
15.
You blend into the shadows again, and it is Maliboo's turn.
Maliboo's going to step up 5 feet and hit the lizard in front of him.
Okay, as soon as you stepped in, they're both waiting for you, unfortunately, and they will use their reaction to attack you. They both miss, however, did not get through your guard.
Die, dragons, die! That's a 26.
Yep.
12 points of slashing damage. Fiery armament. Fire runs down his arm for another 6 points. That's 18 points of damage.
As it lunges at you, you duck under the lunge, slash its throat with a burning wound, and it crashes dead to the ground. It had 18 hit points.
Holy
To
shit!
dispatch it.
All right.
Maliboo's feeling good. He's going to move another 5 feet forward, and now he's in the room, and he's going to use his shield to shield bash this other. That's an 11.
No, that just bounce off the scaly hide of the remaining lizard. Anything else, Maliboo?
He gets 2 temporary hit points, and that's it.
Norbert is finally going to get in here. So he's going to use his claws on this lizard.
Maliboo, from your perspective, you see Norbert's claws scrabbling towards the lizard, but the lizard twists out of the way and is not hit by Norbert.
Oh,
Oh,
unbelievable.
Norbert's here. He didn't do anything. Just taking up space.
He's trying. He's mostly dead.
He rubbed against me. It was gross.
You see Mort pop out of one of Norbert's eyes and frantically point towards the lizard as if he's trying to drive Norbert towards it,
I like Mort.
and then dart back inside the
love
skull
it.
cavity. Violet, it is your turn.
Okay, I can see the lizard sacred flame.
There's a 17 on the save. It dodges out of his way.
Great.
Theobad.
Well, we'll try once more. He charges in with the hammer and will make another attack. That is a natural 1.
No, your hammer smacks, and there are sparks off of the stone wall as you smash the wall, which cracks next to it, Theobad, but does not connect. Anything else?
Other than embarrassment, no, he'll stay there.
Okay, the lizard bites at Theobad, also missing with a 6. Belton.
Belton will unsheath the dagger, wink at Violet, and he will go 5, 10, 20. Belton will just slide underneath Theobad's legs, just in a slightly...
With his dagger in his mouth?
Yeah, totally. Very swashbucklery. And then immediately grabbing it out of his mouth and stabbing upwards towards this lizard. A 23 to hit.
23 does hit.
That will do... I'll just get the sneak attack damage as well. A total of 16 damage, piercing damage.
You drive the Forge God's finger into the throat of the creature. It's bleeding all over the stone floor, badly wounded, but still kicking.
Okay, I still have some movement, so I will use that to scramble through Maliboo's legs, excuse me, and then come through on the other side right next to this creature and Norbert. And I'm done.
Maliboo.
Maliboo's just going to swing his sword at him. Die, dragon. 17.
17 hits, and I think it is medically impossible for the last lizard to survive this blow, so you cleave its head clean off with Dragonbane, Maliboo.
Oh, this thing really kills dragons. Great. Look at that.
The last lizard falls, and we are out of combat.
Nice.
Thank goodness.
Okay, I was a little louder than I may have wanted to be. It's no fault of mine.
Wait.
Is it?
Belton smirks. And then looks and says, "Oh, how about this sarcophagus over here? What's going on in there?"
You know this to be a prayer chapel, Theobad. It is a burial place of an ancient Troya priest, the founder of Deephall Point. Not a place where treasure is stored particularly, and certainly the giant lizards don't have any pocket change on them. A cursory examination of their lair will reveal that. You do find, however, a third Forge God's finger lying on top of the sarcophagus.
I imagine that's what would have led us into the captivity room.
It is, as they all are, another dagger +1.
Belton, you could use 2 daggers at once. Can't you?
You read my mind, Maliboo. Double dagger. Yeah. I like the idea. And Violet's got one too. So,
Yes, it already opened the thing it opened.
There's little else of note in the lizard lair, but you realize that you have now removed the last of the invaders' threat to the shrine and fully purged it of Cirothe's forces, which would render it
Great.
safe to be reoccupied.
Nice.
Thank you for your assistance. We will just not lock the doors for a while, I imagine, while you keep our keys.
Good. Yep.
But perhaps at some point you could return those.
Belton, you should promise to give those back now.
Why are you? Are you my PR agent? Like, what are you trying to do here? Come on, man. I got this. Take it easy.
All right. Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
I appreciate your forced humility, but I think they're better in your used upon your hands. The dwarven gods have blessed you to find the first. Now 2 others. Just take care of them.
Okay. I have to make her feel bad about it. Oh, that's fine.
We'll bring them back.
Yeah, he promised he would.
I did. I mean, yes. How about this? I, Belton Freedew, promise that if this dragon, Cirothe, is dealt with, aka neutralized, killed, whatever you want to call it, I will return the dwarven daggers to you.
I will hold you to this bargain. I still think you're nigh crazy to be going after Cirothe that way, but
We'll bring the hammer back. Don't worry. And the dragon's head.
That's a very big head. I don't think we have to bring it, like, can we just stop promising things
I
that
want
we
the
don't...
whole head. No, I want the head.
I know, but bringing it back and forth, that's a lot. Like, that's a lot to bring back, you know?
I'm strong. I can carry it.
Okay, whatever. So, listen, let's get back on task here. So, we can't get to the Desolation through here. Who knows what's going to happen to poor Talingbet?
But wasn't there another place where we could go and get help, like a Fey Queen or something?
Yeah. So Belton says, yeah, I mean, this is one of 3 paths that we were told about. One of them was the elves of Greendale. And then the third path was the ruler of the Greyfell Forest, the Eladrin Queen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Theobad recognize those names at all?
You know, the Greendale Forest is actually only days' journey to the southwest of Deephall Point, and it is a place where the elves of Greyfell now live in exile, having fled the Greyfell when some calamity befell their ancestral seat there at Fey Castle. And the Fey Queen, the Eladrin Queen, as you mentioned, is located in Greyfell Forest in the Fey Castle. Those were the 2 other locations that Granny Appleseed suggested you might visit for help and allies against the dragon.
So weird to go all the way over here to Deephall Point, right near the Desolation, a stone's throw, so to speak, from Skull Mountain, and then have to backtrack all the way back to Greyfell Forest.
Well, I suppose it would behoove us to get more help, so, we can come back a little stronger.
There is always reward in patience, I have found. You all came to me after many, many months of the best patience I could have.
That's true, and look at this wonderful friend we've made. So, perhaps we can go to Greendale Forest, or...
Greendale Forest is closer.
Yes, I'd prefer that one anyway, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, the other one sounds scarier.
Yeah.
When you return, I will have this path as cleared as possible with my people. I do swear that to you. If you can give us a little time, this path will be open to you. I cannot thank you enough. All jokes aside, gems are paltry payment for what you have served the dwarves of Deephall Point. We are forever in your debt.
Well, we're very glad we could help. And thank you for everything that you've given us, too. I loved your song.
My father was a good teacher.
Would it be okay if we took a rest first?
Please, back at my hermitage, there is some more ale, a little bit of food.
And some mushrooms.
Oh, we're not supposed to
right.
eat
Right.
those.
I would avoid the mushrooms unless you're celebrating.
You return to Theobad's hermitage, which, since he has welcomed you, serves as a haven, and you spend another evening with him and his fellow survivors, trading tales both of their years in bondage, but more of their hopes for the future, the redemption of Deephall Point, the restoration of the shrine. There is some quiet discussion about reaching out to friends, relatives, other survivors who may have fled, but cautious glances are cast towards Theobad when the dwarves discuss this, as if waiting for his approbation or approval of such actions. Theobad himself, there is much to mull over. The dwarves trust you to wield the hammer of vengeance wisely, as Theobad remains behind to secure Deephall Point and ensure that when the time is right, you'll be able to safely pass through its secret tunnels into the desolation of Cirothe. The next day, as you're passing down the mountain path from Theobad's hermitage, charting a new course toward Greendale Forest, there's a sudden series of sharp snapping twigs and the rustle of undergrowth as a large creature bounds out of the pines along the trail. The three of you recognize Talingbet's elk standing now before you, antlers held high in the center of the path. That same barding is still on it, the symbol of the castle flanked by willow trees in the center of its chest. There's an unmistakable air of impatience emanating from it. Its eyes sparkle, and you hear a clear, sharp, female voice resonate in your heads.
There you are. You're lucky I caught up with you after you just left me behind like a cow patty in Hengistbury. Now, follow me if you want to slay a dragon.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
And welcome to Level 5.
Nice.
Nice.
Thanks for listening. This episode was dungeon mastered by me, Tall Aviezer, with Andy Cannistra as Maliboo, Carolyn Fox as Violet, Matt Gordon as Belton Freedew, Amy Frey as the Elk, and Zack Byrd of Young Dragonslayers as Theobad Troya. Visit youngdragonslayers.com to learn how they help kids and teens forge meaningful friendships and practice social skills through online D&D. This episode was edited by me and Carolyn Fox. Remember, if you enjoy Podcast Party, please follow the show, rate us, and leave us a review. Thanks very much for listening. We'll be back in 2 weeks with episode 14 of To Slay a Dragon.